Hey everyone, ready for a deep dive into unlocking some serious inner power?
Ooh, inner power. I like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Today we're going all the way back to 1914
Okay.
to explore this fascinating book by Henry Harrison Brown.
Wow.
It's called How to Control Fate Through Suggestion.
Interesting.
So think self-improvement, but like with a vintage twist.
Oh, I love it. And you'd be surprised how relevant this stuff still is.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Brown was way ahead of his time.
Well, so paint me a picture here. It's 1914,
Okay.
no internet, no self-help aisle at the bookstore.
Right.
And Brown's out here dropping these like knowledge bombs about how we're not just these limited beings at the mercy of fate.
Yeah.
He's saying we have way more control than we think.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He really emphasizes that we have so much more power than we realize.
Okay, so like what's the foundation for all this?
Well, he starts by explaining that everything is connected.
Everything.
Yeah, our thoughts, our feelings, even the world around us, it's all connected.
Okay, so no more like separate universe stuff.
Exactly. He calls it the one force, but I think of it like this.
Okay, how do you think of it?
Imagine everything vibrating at different frequencies, like radio waves.
Okay.
Our thoughts and feelings, they're sending out their own vibes. And those vibes, well, they directly affect what we experience in life.
Whoa. Okay, so if I'm sending out stressed and overwhelmed vibes,
You're more likely to attract more of that same energy into your life.
oh no.
But on the flip side, if you can shift your vibration, start broadcasting like calm, confident, successful vibes.
Things start to change.
Exactly.
Okay, that is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But how do we actually do that?
Well, that's where Brown introduces this powerful concept of suggestion.
Suggestion.
Yeah, it's not hypnosis like you might think, but it's similar in that it's about consciously choosing the thoughts we allow into our minds.
So kind of like how a hypnotist uses words to guide someone's thoughts.
Yeah,
We can use positive self-talk to guide our own.
exactly. It's about recognizing that we're constantly suggesting things to ourselves, whether we realize it or not. Think about it. Have you ever noticed how dwelling on a negative thought can totally, like, spiral your mood?
Ugh, yes, all day.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the power of suggestion in action.
Wow.
But the good news is we can use that same power for good.
Okay, good.
By consciously choosing positive, empowering thoughts, we can actually reprogram our minds for success.
Okay, sounds amazing, but also kind of daunting, right?
Yeah.
Like, how do we even begin to shift those deeply ingrained thought patterns?
That's where Brown's concept of affirmations comes in.
Okay, affirmations.
Yeah, it's about crafting positive statements that reflect the reality you want to create,
Okay.
and then repeating them with conviction until they become ingrained in your subconscious.
So instead of like, "Ugh, I'm so stressed, it's more like I am calm, confident, and in control.
Exactly. And the key here is belief.
Belief.
Yeah, it's not just about empty words, it's about shifting your mindset to one of possibility.
Right.
Brown argues that when you truly believe in the power of your affirmations, you become a vibrational match for the things you desire.
Okay, so it's not about tricking ourselves into thinking everything's perfect. It's about actively choosing a more empowering perspective.
Exactly. It's like training your mind to focus on the good, the possible, the things you can control,
Okay.
rather than getting bogged down in negativity. And Brown provides some really practical examples of affirmations for different areas of life.
Like what? Give me the goods.
All right, well, for health, he suggests affirming, I am a perfect manifestation of spirit perfection is health, peace, and joy.
I love that. So it's not just about wishing for good health. It's about embodying that state of wholeness and well-being.
Exactly. And for prosperity, Brown suggests things like all is mine. From the all each day comes to me that which I need.
Mhm.
It's about shifting from a scarcity mindset to one of abundance, trusting that the universe will provide.
Okay, that really resonates with me. But let's be real, life isn't always sunshine and rainbows.
Right.
There's going to be negativity from ourselves and the world around us.
Yeah.
Did Brown have anything to say about dealing with that?
He did, and this is where his philosophy gets really interesting.
Okay.
He actually suggests that there's no power outside of ourselves that can truly harm us.
Wait, really? That sounds a little extreme.
It might sound radical, but hear him out. He's not saying bad things don't happen.
Okay.
He's saying that we have a choice in how we internalize and respond to those experiences.
So it's not about denying reality, it's about choosing our response.
Exactly. We can choose to become victims of our circumstances, or we can choose to find the lesson, the opportunity for growth.
Okay, so how do we do that? How do we avoid getting sucked into the negativity vortex?
Brown talks about the importance of conscious effort, of actively choosing to focus on the positive, even in the face of challenges.
Right.
He calls fear the father of lies
Wow.
and encourages us to starve those negative thoughts by refusing to give them space in our minds.
Easier said than done, right? But I can see how constantly feeding those fear-based thoughts just keeps us stuck.
Exactly. It's like anything else, the more you practice focusing on the positive, the easier it becomes.
Yeah.
And it's not just about external negativity either. Brown also talks about the importance of addressing our own negative self-talk.
Oh, you mean the constant loop of, I'm not good enough, or I can't do this, that kind of thing.
Exactly. We all have those inner critics. But Brown challenges us to become aware of those thoughts and consciously choose to replace them with affirmations of courage and self-belief.
So instead of, I'm going to mess this up, it's, I am capable and resourceful. I've got this.
You got it. It's about shifting from a mindset of limitation to one of possibility. And the more you practice this, the more you embody that confident, capable version of yourself.
Okay, I'm starting to see how this all ties together. We're not just talking about positive thinking here.
Right.
It's about actively shaping our reality through the power of our thoughts and beliefs.
Precisely. And it extends to every area of life, even our health. Brown believed that because we are fundamentally spiritual beings, we have the power to heal ourselves.
So we're not just at the mercy of our genes
Yeah.
or, external circumstances.
Right.
We have more agency than we think when it comes to our well-being.
That's what Brown believed. Yeah, he saw illness not as a punishment,
Okay.
but as a sign of disharmony within the mind and spirit. And he suggested that by addressing those imbalances, through positive thinking, stress management, and aligning ourselves with a higher power,
Yeah.
we can actually activate our body's innate healing abilities.
It's like our bodies are always listening to our thoughts and feelings, for better or for worse.
Right.
So if we want to experience vibrant health,
Mm.
we have to start by cultivating a healthy mindset.
Exactly. And this is where his ideas connect with so much of what we see in holistic health practices today.
Okay.
The mind-body connection, the power of visualization, even the placebo effect.
Right.
It all comes back to the idea that our thoughts have a powerful impact on our physical reality.
This is all incredibly empowering.
Yeah.
But I have to admit, it's also a lot to take in. It's like, okay, I have all this power to shape my reality, but where do I even begin?
That's a perfectly natural reaction.
Yeah.
It can feel daunting, but remember, Brown doesn't present this as an all-or-nothing proposition.
Right.
It's a journey, a process of continuous self-discovery and growth.
So it's more about progress, not perfection.
Absolutely.
We're all just figuring this out as we go.
Yeah, and we don't have to do it alone. Brown talks about the importance of connecting with a higher power,
Okay.
whether you call it the divine, the universe, or something else entirely, as a source of guidance and support.
It's like plugging into a universal power source, drawing on this infinite well of wisdom and strength.
Exactly. And when we cultivate that connection, when we align ourselves with that higher power,
Yeah.
that's when we can truly tap into our full potential.
Wow, this deep dive has really given me a lot to think about.
Yeah.
It's like Brown has given us this incredible toolkit for self-transformation. Affirmations, positive self-suggestion, connecting with a higher power. It's all there.
It is. And like any toolkit, the key is to actually use it. Experiment with these ideas.
Right.
See what resonates with you.
Yeah.
And remember, even small shifts in your thinking can have a ripple effect on your entire life.
So true. If we can start to consciously choose our thoughts, if we can cultivate that unwavering belief in ourselves and our ability to create the lives we desire, who knows what's possible?
Exactly. As Henry Harrison Brown would say, let's go out there and become artists of living.
Ooh, I like that.
Consciously shaping our realities one thought, one belief, one affirmation at a time.
Beautifully said. And on that note, we'll leave you to ponder this. If you could truly design your life, what would it look like? What kind of thoughts and beliefs would you choose to cultivate? What affirmations would you use to paint your masterpiece? Keep those questions in mind as you go about your day. Until next time, thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. It would be a great source of help to maintain and develop this channel and the correlated website. This book overview was presented to you by olbooksummary.com. Are you interested in more insights into personal development books or motivational and inspirational books? Please visit olbooksummary.com and you will find a library of the most helpful self-development and human character development books overviews. See you soon with the next books overview video.